Good morning. Well, I'm going to be continuing on with the renovation of all the electrics today. I'm going to go from try to do the kind of channel all the way down, channel with the root all the way down for above the laundry room, down to the where it's going to spread out from there. So I've got to kind of go through a wall at an angle and pop out hopefully where I'm going to have the GTL, which is kind of the large conduit behind the breaker board. So that's the plan for getting going today. We've been having some pretty good weather. This week is looking pretty rainy, but it's great. It's helping out the plants and getting lots of blossoms and stuff on the kind of the annual roses, and all the bushes are out. And we planted in all our annuals for the year and some more perennials, which is good. So yeah, we're getting along there. A lot of rosebuds coming out. Things are starting to look up this year. Grass is starting to come out, so that's great. Anyways, so I'm going to get back inside and start cutting holes and stuff. And hopefully we can, in a month-ish, we can get the whole thing wired up. So let's get to it. Well, unfortunately, I piled a whole bunch of brick blocks in here, but I'll move these out of the way, and then the conduit's going to go kind of on this side, straight up and down. And then hopefully I can go under this tile and work my way into the laundry room, which should be just below this section over here. We believe this used to be an old door here that used to go through before they made that hallway. And these walls, because all they've done is they put the walls right on top of the floors, which is a bit crazy, but they seem quite stable, so we're not going to touch them. But yeah, I'm going to have the conduit going up there. Not going to be a big one, probably, I don't know, 2 inches by about an inch deep sort of thing. Doesn't have to have a lot of cables in it. They're just going to go up into a lot of the bedrooms up here and stuff like that, sort of for the ceiling lights. Yeah, so let's get on that. Cut a little hole in the corner. I have to take these shelves apart. They're unfortunately nailed down, so hopefully I can take them out without wrecking them. And then I'll just cut a notch in all the shelves all the way up once I figure out what I'm going to need in there and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get to that. All right, well, that's good. So we've got this guy here now. It was originally under this huge big ceiling beam, and I couldn't reach it. So I thought, well, let's just try moving it over and I can put it up through here. So something to learn for each time when I go to do all these holes to get the AC pipes through and all the electrical. Just kind of remember that these joists, these big beams that are holding the roof up, I try to get on this side. I could probably squeeze under there, but it's kind of claustrophobic and I'd rather not. So I don't know how I'm going to insulate it, but I'll do my best. Anyways, so I'm just going to make that hole bigger and I'm going to wrap it up for today. Well, for now, that's going to be good enough. What I have up here is I'll be running along the front of this, or just behind this frame of the door, like a flat kind of conduit. It'll pop up. It just fits through here. These other conduits will connect to it. And then I'll be able to run 4 of these cables across, which will get me the 4 I need to go up into the lights and the hallways and stuff like that. There needs to be, I think, 8 coming up through this one on the ground. And then it splits up, and then some of those go into the floors and do the sockets in this room. And then I think the other room across the hall, which is going to be the games room. So yeah, I think we're a good start. It's interesting to look at how they've built these with the wood. So there's a wood beam on each one of these. I've drilled up and managed to not wreck this totally. Bit of a crack here, but it seems really solid. So I think we're okay for that. And then after this I get 4 of these run through. This is kind of a tester. There's just enough space at the front of it to be able to plaster over it. So you won't see that. And then no one's ever going to drive realistically not going to drive any pictures in there because this is a weird position. So we should be good for that. Yeah, making some progress. A little bit slow, but we're getting there. Let's continue on. Well, I got a whole bunch of stuff out of that attic, which is good. It was pretty messy up there, and I was worried that when I start pulling the wires around, it's just going to get hooked on everything. I also want to remove all the insulation. So, and then reuse it somewhere else. So what have I found? I found a bunch of electrical wire or some sort of antenna wire. I found some bricks. I found like 4 bags of rubble of like broken tiles. I found some actual tiles that were used in the bathroom, like spare ones for the one that was there. I found some pots, like an actual cooking pot was up there, and I don't know if it was used to stop a leak in water or something. I don't know. And what else? I found a bunch of wood. I found this thing. Don't know what this was used for. It's kind of interesting, whatever this wood is. Yeah, it was something. And then I found a bunch of strips of wood, bits of wood, all sorts of stuff. Found a ton of wire here. Don't know what to use it for, but it's interesting. And then what do we have? The antenna that someone's broken apart that I guess was originally on the roof. That there's one up there now, which I think I'm going to get rid of. Anyways, yeah, a bunch of junk out of there, which is good. And that frees things up for me to start removing the insulation and running the wires around up there. So anyways, I'm going to say goodbye for today. Thanks for watching, and give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, and subscribe if you're interested in watching me continue to do this. Anyways, cheers.